Morning traders, it's Matt here from the Forex Coach. It's a Monday the 12th of February and we have just entered a trade and it's short Euro Pound. So we can see entries just here. I've actually got two entries. First part's coming off at these lows here, and then the second part is coming off at the lows just over here. Which if I zoom out, they do correlate with a previous low over here. So that's the trade there. We've got stop loss, which does just need adjusting slightly, but stop loss well up out the way at the moment, just short term until I decide the exact location of this stop loss, and depending on whether this price action wants to push higher and possibly create some sort of divergence. The current high that it's just made here has not broke this previous high yet, so there is the chance it could just go now and just come straight off, but we shall wait and see. I'm in a bit of a muddle at the moment because I'm currently adjusting and changing some of my trading platforms, some of my charts and stuff like that, and it's really funny when you make a tweak, because you're so used to a certain setup. When you do make a tweak or a change, whether it's your charts or your indicators or any alerts that you use, even screen backgrounds and stuff like that, it's amazing the difference it can make. It can totally throw you off how you analyze the charts, so you have to be really careful and trade with caution if you've made changes, because you might not feel 100% comfortable. So that's the trade, and we shall see how it gets on. We just have to wait and see with regards to entries, because I got in up here. Obviously that candle's come straight down, so potentially, as I said before, you know, if you are following the trading signals and stuff like that, you don't want to be getting in down here. You want to wait for some sort of pullback. So if I'd read the alert and I'd just seen this price candle, then I'd be waiting. Maybe on the top of this candle where it's just bounced back up would have been my entry, bearing in mind with a bit of spread that wouldn't have been far off the original entry price. So but as I say, it does average out, because sometimes you'll get a better entry or exit and sometimes you'll get a worse, but I think across the long run, because there is a slight time delay, it should average out. Okay, we're starting to see some selling pressure coming on here, which is good for our Euro Pound trade. We're just coming up to target price 1. Now we've got to bear in mind that the white line is the actual price once the spread is taken into account. So in theory, the actual price needs to pass well through this in order for our limit order to be triggered. Okay, just back in, you can see here that we have smashed through TP1 and TP2. It was actually this candle here, which came down and went straight through them both. So both target prices were hit there, and we are now out the Euro Pound trade. It's quite a nice short trade there. It's always nice when it works like that, but overall, in fact, I'll just put the trade on the chart. Okay, you can see there that the two parts of the trade, first half was taken off on that candle, and so was the second half. So it's a fairly big candle. It moved about 15 pips on that candle, I think. So overall, though, the entry to exit was about 20 pips. So it's a short-term trade. It's got the potential now to go a bit more, I think, potentially down to 8843, somewhere around there. Looking at that on this particular move down, so we'll see how it plays out, but and keep looking for new opportunities. Hi guys, just back, and I'm looking at this dollar CAD for a short. It's had a good push up. Now you've got to be careful with these sort of moves, because sometimes this is the start of some strong positive momentum coming in. and you can often find that it can take a while to break through and sell off if that was going to happen. So I'm just a bit cautious. If it does pop up, then I probably might take a short here. Probably won't be a full size sort of 2-lot position, maybe just a single lot. And the thing is with the CAD is that it can sort of reverse really quickly, so you can get these strong candles up and then they can quickly, you know, reverse that momentum. So just interested to see whether that is what's going to happen here. Okay, so I've entered this short on dollar CAD. It's going to be a fairly short-term trade because there is this positive momentum coming through and pushing up. So part of this trade, or half this trade, is definitely going to be getting off for a pullback, and potentially it might be an exit at this 21 period moving average. Okay, we're just starting to see the dollar CAD come off. It's coming to some support here from this 21 period moving average. As it's such a strong move up, this could just bounce and just keep going higher here. If the downward pressure is really coming through, then it could just bust through and just break through here. If it does overshoot this 21 period moving average, I've got a little limit order there for one of my positions. So I did go in with a 2-lot trade here. So it would just take one of them off there. Okay, we're just getting some selling pressure coming through now. But again, we have got all this support along here because it was this strong move up. So it needs a good strong move down in order to break through. But one thing that I have noticed is this volume has come in on this bar here. Seeing this increased volume. Okay, price came through and took out TP1, so that's half profits banked. We're now hold out for TP2, and what I'm also going to do is just trail the stop down to just above this high now, which will put us in a nice situation. I mean, this trade is now risk free. Okay, just back, and we see this is having a bounce, which still within standard price action, because we can see here it's come down on the 30-minute chart to the lower price envelope. Now that could just be the push down for this to then sail up and continue up, which is why I was keen to take them half profits, because if this does push up and stop us out, it will just be a flat trade. The other option is obviously that this, you know, continues to roll, but as I said, this was a strong push up. We can see these moving up, just scooping up underneath. So this could be the start of a move higher with the dollar CAD here. But as I say, you've still got to take the trades because, you know, not some of them work out, some of them don't. And we'll have to just wait and see whether this can get some selling come back in. One thing I just noticed, you might have seen that my moving averages have moved here, and one thing I just noticed is that 3 of my moving averages were set incorrectly. So when you select moving average, you can actually adjust the not only the type of moving average here, you can also select what it applies to, and I always use the close price. Now a couple of these moving averages are actually set to the low, which means they're actually incorrect. And I only noticed because I was looking at one of my charts on the on another platform, and I noticed that we'd almost come down to, you know, we got a bit closer to this 50 period moving average, whereas on this chart it was way down here. So that's what made me realise. So just a lesson there, really, be careful and make sure that your indicators are set correctly, and check them periodically. Dollar's pushing back up now, so it looks like this could be a stop out of this short trade. It'll be break even, or it'll be a profitable trade anyway, purely because of the half profits taken if it does stop us out. So we have to just sit on it, hold out and see how it goes. Okay, so the second half was a stop out, so it was, as I said, there's a strong possibility with the strength of that move up that could happen, and it's just come down and just had this strong move higher, which could now continue for some time before it then, you know, potentially rolls over again now. So that's always the risk on those ones. Hence why I like to take the part profit and then move the stop down, because it then just puts you in a safer position with regards to taking a bigger drawdown or a bigger loss. Okay, just back, and we can see this dollar CAD has continued to follow through with this move higher. So that was literally a short pullback to the to this sort of shorter term upwards trend that we're seeing. So I'm not going to be taking any more trades on this. I'm going to wrap this video up here. And we've obviously had the win in short on Euro Pound this morning, and pretty much flat trade here on dollar CAD this afternoon. Hope you've had a good day's trading, and I'll be back tomorrow.